my name is Ken Hecht. I'm the president of the National STEM Honor Society, located in Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you for having me. A little background on me. I grew up in the south side of Chicago, one of 5 kids, and my father was a firefighter and a carpenter. This is actually his retirement ring from the Chicago Fire Department. So I had the great honor, and it wasn't very much of a process of any sense, to go to the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, which had a fantastic engineering school. But I got there for other reasons, and it was just really luck of the draw for why I went there. So I think the key element here in terms of getting to know me a little bit is I'm very motivated as president of the National STEM Honor Society to have our children, our students, start very early in STEM. Our motto is from K to career, from kindergarten through career, so that it's not a random event. So when our kids are very good at STEM, they're interested in STEM, they can start in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and go all the way through elementary, middle, high school, college, and into careers, and have it be a much more planned, a much more exciting thing. So that is my personal mission, and I'm very glad to meet you, and thank you for the time. The question is, why is STEM education so important? Well, I think it's well known and well documented that the number of careers and jobs and the demand for people in the STEM world is here. And the supply of qualified students is here. And that gap is growing over time. It's not narrowing. The future is about technology jobs. It's about all kinds of automobiles. It's about electrification. I mean, there's so many things. We don't even know what's coming our way in the future. So really, the importance of STEM education is really about teaching our students how to think. There was a time when a guy like me of my age would be taking a class in physics or chemistry or any of the sciences, and it was how good could you memorize things, and then that would dictate the grade you got. Well, that's also important today, but really what's really important is project-based learning, enrichment, a way of thinking, a way of problem solving. So really that's what we're trying to do in STEM, is to take it away, in addition to the rote learning and the book learning, we want to combine that with project-based learning, so that 1 + 1 = 3, so that all of our students, when they get to the world, they can own their own companies, they can work for corporations, they can write their own ticket. It's very important that they think in the correct way to solve problems and have a particular vision. So that's why STEM education and project-based learning are so incredibly important, because what we're really training is we're training our scientists, our mathematicians, our students, our children, how to think in a way that's creative, visionary, and problem solving. So how do we inspire kids to study STEM, to get excited about STEM? Well, one of the key ways to do it is to start early. We call it STEM from the start. So what that means is, again, our logo is, our motto is from K to career. So literally with the National STEM Honor Society, we have kids they're members in the National STEM Honor Society in kindergarten. Then they're the next year in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, all the way through high school and college. And they can be members of the National STEM Honor Society in each of those years. It's much like playing sports. So the really important thing is to inspire our kids earlier. Think of it as a sports analogy. If you had soccer players or cricket players who were playing cricket and they started when they were 18 years old, you probably wouldn't have a very good cricket program. You probably wouldn't have a very good soccer program. So the whole idea is, when do kids start playing soccer? When they're just this big. And then they progress, they graduate, they keep going, they keep learning, they go to camps, just like we want STEM camps. They have after-school programs, which is practice. They have games, which are competitions. So what we're trying to do is make sure that the kids get inspired very early. When you're in first or second or third grade, you are a sponge. I mean, you are just looking at the world through these eyes that are totally creative and totally at the will of the input that's put into them. So really what we want to do is, very young, we want to expose the children around the world to STEM concepts and build a STEM community. To go back to the soccer analogy, when kids are in first grade and they're playing soccer and they're having such a great time on the field and the parents are having a great time on the sidelines, what happens? a community is formed. A community where the kids get together, they play soccer, the parents are involved. It's great. They're playing together. They're at each other's homes, and they become a community. That is exactly what we're doing with STEM. We're bringing that community to the very younger years, so that in kindergarten there's a community formed. First grade, second grade, third grade, and all the way through. These kids are like they're on a soccer team. They're on some sort of sports team. It's exactly what we're trying to do, and that's how you inspire kids. And also the project-based learning is just such an important part of inspiring kids. Young kids are naturals at project-based learning. They love to be up to their elbows in goop. They want to be in there. They want to be playing with stuff, water, whatever it is. And so they're natural sponges. And as time goes on, that natural curiosity can wane a little bit. And what we want to do is make sure that that curiosity that drives project-based learning thirst remains and keeps going. So it starts early and it lasts a lifetime. And that is what inspires kids to get into STEM. Think about the future. The thing is that many of the jobs that our children will have aren't even invented right now. We don't even know what they're going to be. So the whole idea here is to prepare our students and prepare people for the future so that they can think flexibly. They can be creative. They can solve problems. They can have visions. They can understand what the vision is and what we're trying to accomplish, and then they can lay out plans to get there. That's absolutely critical. In the jobs of the future, what are the jobs of the future going to be? 5 years ago, we didn't have the things we've got now. It's unbelievable what's happening. So the main thing is to take advantage of project-based learning. I cannot emphasize project-based learning enrichment enough, where what we're trying to do is get the kids in there to understand this failed, that failed, this failed, that was a success. So what we want them to do is we want them to fail early. We want them to get comfortable with failure. Failure is a good thing. You have to fail so many times to become a success. And the kids really have to understand that, because if they don't understand that failing is encouraged, we need to encourage our children to fail. Take the chance and get it done, and understand it's just a data point. That's all it is. So you keep going, and then you work your way, you migrate yourself to the solution. Because the jobs of the future, the workforce of the future, it's going to be a workforce that is going to be in total and constant pursuit of improvement. It's always going to be the next version, the next software, the next robot, the next drone, the next problem we have to solve with our climate, the next problem we have to solve with the oceans rising. I mean, we have so many problems to solve. And it's that desire, it's that curiosity, and it's that desire to solve those problems and to look at the vision and be able to take that vision and break it into plans and execute that plan. And that is the person who's going to be successful in the future, is going to be the person who can do that. Thank you. Number one, it can change your life. Studying the sciences, studying mathematics, having this thirst for change, seek change, go after change, be comfortable with failure. What that does is it changes your life, because the incomes that are available and the excitement and the thrill available in the STEM careers can be very exciting. You could own your own company. You could be a major player in a technology company, or automobiles, drones, all different. There's a million different avenues that result in STEM careers, medical, for example. So what'll happen is, in a STEM career, you can earn excellent money. Your upside is limitless. Just think of all the incredible scientific, billionaires, millionaires in the country and in the world that have been driven by STEM knowledge and taking advantage of that in the marketplace. But number one is to make a huge change in yourself. And what that drives is number two. Number two is to change for your family. You can really provide better for your family. You can also instill excitement into your children about STEM careers and STEM education. So it changes, number one, you and your ability to earn great money and to have a wonderful career. Two, it changes your family. And three, it changes your community. Because what happens is when you become successful at STEM and say you start your own company, or in other ways have positive impacts on students, or you volunteer at the high school, or whatever you do, you're having a great impact on your community. So there's so many reasons to get involved in STEM careers and to study STEM. It's just amazing, but those are the three. Number one, change yourself. Number two, benefit to your family. Number three, benefit to your community. Really important. I encourage you greatly to study STEM and to consider very exciting and well-paying STEM careers. Thank you.